white community, the black community. The gentleman, by the way, Mr. Shepherd, who's the chair there, is a very nice man. His family goes back 5 generations, so when you say the Shepherds in Cuero, we go, ooh. Anyway, and from there, I went to the other side of town to Our Lady of Guadalupe and had barbecue chicken in the Mexican church. And then at 2 o'clock, we gathered at the museum, and I had about 40, 50 people to talk. You know the funny thing, she's always on me because I take too long. I did my little PowerPoint presentation, and I was going to go 20 minutes. And then they asked me a question, so I have to answer the question. And then the other, and what do you think? This is the answer to that. Do you want to know why climate? Let me explain that to you. I mean, we went an hour and a half, and nobody complained, and nobody got up. It was the best part of the whole thing.
Nobody left. That was the best part.
Brandolyn is here. She helped us organize an environmental issues forum in Calhoun County, and we had a good 50, 60 people and about 20 experts, all of them just aching to be able to present their research and their studies. And at the end, we all got together and we sang Kumbaya. It was wonderful. I mean, everybody felt like somebody believes, somebody understands, somebody wants to do something rather than just, well, that's the way it is, and they're going to dredge the channel and that's the way it is. And they're going to build an offshore port thing for the VLCCs and that's the way it is. And so, that group was really good, really got a charge. So, again, I have all the votes I need to win. There's only one problem. They're sitting on the couch. And I gotta get their butts off the couch and over. And personally, and I'm not blowing smoke here, I really feel this is gonna be a great year for us. Between a woman's right to choose, between Greg Abbott and, the guy stealing the nuclear codes, people are pretty tired of this. I've gone out of my way to try and find the independent people, what I call the reasonable Republicans, and I do my best to say, hey, look, we're not that different. You want a home, you want a job, you want your kids to go to school, you want to be able to retire on better than beans and rice. It's the same thing I want, and after 40, 50 years of paying taxes, is that too much to ask for? So really all these differences that you keep hearing about, the nation divided, that only comes from a certain channel. And that channel is doing that for their own profit, not for you, their profit. So I say, look, if you want to, do a test, turn the TV off for 2 weeks, see what happens. You'll feel better. You'll realize that we can't live at each other's throats. We got to hold hands and survive through this planet. And if we don't, then, it was our fault. We failed. Last thing I'll say, the hardest thing to get out is young people. Now, you'd think that with, guys like Jay and Beto out there, that the young would be taking the charge. I've got people in my crowd that were protesting in the 70s, and they're going, I can't believe you're still doing this. I'm going, yeah, we are back here again. So, any young person you see at a restaurant or at a McDonald's or whatever, just say, are you registered? Oh, you need your vote. So get them out there. So again, I'll be here. I'm looking forward to watching the film. If anybody needs, I brought the little business cards. If anybody needs a card or something to hand out, please let me know. There's some stuff on the table over there. But thanks to Pam for being a great county chair. Brandolyn, a great county chair. Mel. She's a county chair, but more than that. She's a secret weapon. Top secret. In fact, the documents have her name in them. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it.
John, would you like to say something? No, John. John Battiato is running for commissioner in 4. So people in precinct 4 and precinct 4A can vote for John Battiato. This is the first time we've had a candidate in I don't know how long. So I want to introduce you to John Battiato, and if anybody in 4 or 4A would like to volunteer for him, we have a sign-in list over here. I just sent out 2,000 postcards to Democrats here trying to get them to vote, and John's name's on the slate card on the back of them, so you might all be getting one. I hope you are getting a postcard soon. So this is John. Ruth, his wife, is not here tonight, but John will say a few words to you.
Good evening, folks. Thanks for taking the time to come and visit and listen to me. My name is John Battiato, and I am running for Aransas County Commissioner, Precinct 4 for it. And, well, I'm faced with a rather difficult choice. And I'm doing my best, but I can't do it alone. We purchased a house in 2004, my wife and I, and it was blown away. And when we came back here, we rebuilt, and we're in the Coconut Bridge area. I think I know the area. My wife feels like we know the issues, but there are certain issues that still exist that we really don't know. And that's what I'm looking for you to help me. And that's, Pam said she wanted me to put forth my platform, and that's what my platform is, very, very simple. Is accessibility to you. Let me know what the issues really are, at least the issues to each one of you. And then accountability. To get back to you as to the result of what I found and what can be accomplished with respect to satisfying the issue. I've been an attorney for a little over 35 years. And most problems that attorneys have deal with not getting back to their attorney, to their clients. They don't respond to their clients. I've never had that problem. Thank God. This is not the But many attorneys are grieved because their clients try to get a hold of them and they just do not respond. I've never been guilty of that, and I don't want to be guilty of that. I'm too old. My practice is winding down. So I want to make sure that I continue to be accessible to you and accountable to you.
John, I don't mean to stop you, but I'm gonna slow you down because we've still got Jay and the movie, and the movie's an hour and 40 minutes. But I have a sign-in sheet here for John. Anybody that wants to work or wants to know more about his campaign, especially if you're 4 or 4A, hover over this and it will take you to his website. And then I also want you to call me and I can get you in touch with John. And what we need is people in 4 and 4A to get the word out and to vote.
Okay, I knew she was going to do that too. I really did know she was going to do that too. And I really want to be commissioner for 4 and 4A. So what I did was, I can't tell you everything, all of the issues that I think exist, but I did know some of the issues that bother my wife and I. That I'd like, the Commissioner's Court, I've been to the Commissioner's Court now. In September, they meet every Monday. I've been there constantly. And there's these issues that they do not address. One issue that bothers us is, like I said, my house blew away when it hit Harvey. And when I moved back here, I noticed the whole flavor has changed. Rockport is no longer this little charming town. What I see now is I see commercialization has taken over Rockport. Small, coastal, comfortable living town. I don't know what you people feel, if you feel the same way as I do. But it's not that way anymore. Now, I'm not totally against commercialization, but there has to be a reasonable balance between comfortable coastal living and commercialization. The reason being is another problem that we're having here in Rockport is our infrastructure. The infrastructure, and when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about sewage system, I'm talking about water system, I'm talking about electric. They just have not kept up with what we need here in Rockport. Why continue to build if the infrastructure doesn't even satisfy the needs presently? That's kind of like putting the cart before the horse, if you're doing that. But we continue, well, I continue to see that. Do you see that? If you do, tell me. These are the kind of things I want to hear.
We would gladly have more meetings, especially for precinct 4 and 4A. But John, I have to get you to let Jay talk and then start the movie, because the movie's an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay, one last thing.
Okay.
One last thing.
At least you got him laughing.
Another thing that bothers us, the medical care in this town. I see these urgent clinics have shown up. I don't see any skilled medical facilities. But I think we need here in this town is what I put and said that we need skilled medical clinics and an emergency room, a skilled and a emergency room that's well stocked, rather than, we don't just get scratches and bumps. If there's any type of a critical care that's necessary, it's either go to Corpus or go to San Antonio. We may not have the time nor the resources to do that, but we're left with that. And the last thing, if I may say, I realize the drainage issue in this town. You can't pass a wand over it and all of a sudden have sewage. But what do we rely upon? We rely upon culverts. And that's fine. But keep these culverts clean. You have a rainstorm and what happens? These culverts clear up, these fill up. And what I see in my culverts is huge grass. Weeds are growing. Garbage is left in it. There's no flow of water. So if you're going to rely upon the culverts, clear them out. Utilize these culverts in a manner that they're made to build. Again, these are the things these are just basic issues that come to mind for myself. What I need are issues that you have come in contact with, that you feel need to be addressed. That's the type of commissioner I would like to be. I don't want to go to commission meetings and hear, this is something we're happy you've done because we're going to give you a grant because of something, some fiesta or some type of a particular garden club or something like that. I want to hear from the commissioner things that you have done or issues that have satisfied the needs, the critical needs of the parties. And this is the kind of commissioner I want to be and the kind of commissioner I would be. I want to hear your issues.
John, I want him to get BTI and spread it for the mosquitoes, the little mosquito fish. I've been trying for 5 years to get that here.
And that's all we see.
Engaged business, the commissioners, I thought the city was responsible for that.
And that's all we see. All we see in these culverts is the water, the stagnant water. And what does it breed? It breeds mosquitoes. It breeds the weeds growing, garbage staying there, and it breeds mosquitoes. That's all these culverts. They don't allow the free flow of water.
when the city gets money and any place, I can't stand it when they get money and they don't use it for what they're supposed to use it.
And that's a good point.
See the thing over here?
Uh-huh.
I worked the ballots, and everyone, if I helped somebody, when it came to building over here, those buildings they're putting up, everybody said no. I said no. People I asked said no. And they're still building everything out there.
And you're
That
right,
pisses
that's what
me
one
off.
of the.
They're using money that we said no to,
Right.
as far as I know of.
Okay, you guys, this is it. This is the real one. Usually I have to use it on Maclovio, but the Shepherd cook. I didn't want to so come and sit down. John, I've got the Shepherd cook. No more. That was it. This way. No. This way.
My name is John Battiato. I'm precinct 448. I truly would appreciate the privilege of your vote, your friends, as well as your family's vote.
Okay, John. This is Jake Kleberg. Because he wants us to watch the movie.
That's right, yeah. We gotta run that guy for a statewide office, he's tenacious. Well, honestly, like, all I wanted to do was thank Pam and Mal. You should be very proud to have this person running this county, because she cared enough to call me and say, you came through here and you didn't say hi, and I want you to come back. And so we drove from Austin. Today we're going to go to Houston tonight, and my promise is to you all that we won't leave here. My staff is killing me right now until we had a chance to talk to you all afterwards. What I will tell you is I grew up not too far from here in Kingsville, and that it matters who occupies this office, the general land office. This office was established in 1836. It manages about 13 million acres of your public lands. It generates about $1 billion a year, contributes to and manages the largest K-12 endowment in the country, while we rank 44th in per pupil spending in the state of Texas. It also manages veterans benefits program and natural disaster relief fund. So in the wake of Harvey, a few days after, when Rockport looked like it got hit by a bomb, I was here with some folks, and at that time said, I'm going to dedicate some of my time, in addition to what I was doing at Parks and Wildlife, to helping the Texas coast, and got more involved, and am now running for Texas Land Commissioner, because I do believe that just like your county chair, it matters who actually occupies that office, and that they want to go to work and to do the work. And this office for the last 20 years or so has been used as a stepping stone. So what I'll tell you about the film is it took us 3 years to make, and it was a team of about 20 people, ranged all over the state of Texas, from flower gardens, National Marine Sanctuary. We did some of the redfish scenes that you'll see here just off the coast of Rockport. We were out in the Big Bend. We were in Caprock Canyon State Park. And part of the reason why I decided to run is because I saw all of the great beauty of the state of Texas in high def and in person, and realized a lot of the challenges that we face that you're seeing here. Not just in explosion of population, but the balance between the economy and the environment, struggles that we've got with water and fragmentation and all of these issues, and you've got an office that I'm running for that can help tackle some of these issues. So thank you all for being here, and I'm going to stick around. All right. We may grab something to eat and then we'll come back, but we'll be here for questions.